Greetings everyone and welcome to Innistrad double feature draft, which is a draft that has both Midnight Hunt and Crimson Vow cards in it. So each pack will have one rare from both sets, two uncommons from both sets. Although it doesn't seem like this pack has. Actually, I thought it was four uncommons, but apparently that's not the case because this pack has 1, 2, 3 uncommons and okay, 9 commons, I suppose. Well, I thought it was actually 2 plus 2 uncommons, but apparently not. Well, it doesn't matter, 2 rares anyway. Sadly, neither of them is particularly amazing. The Geist Flame Reservoir can be good. It could be first picked, but I think the best common, which is better than the uncommons, is the Moonrage's Slash here. So, I'm not gonna take that or the Geist Flame Reservoir. I mean, this does require quite a bunch of instants and sorceries to be really good. It does have the second ability too, which just allows you to play more cards, but it's quite slow. I think I'll just play safe and take the Moonrage's Slash here as pack one, pick one. I don't know. This at least is very flexible. No matter what the deck will look like, if it has red in it, Moonrage's Slash will be a decent card. Someone took a rare and I passed the Howling Moon, but there's a Rending Flame here. So yeah, actually I was for some reason under the impression that the packs have 2 uncommons from both sets for a total of 4 uncommons per pack, but the same applies here, only 3 uncommons. Anyway, I'll take the Rending Flame here. But yeah, there are 2 rares in each pack here. Alright, well, Rending Flame is of course a high quality red removal spell and it is the best card in the pack, so given my first pick was a red card, this is super easy pick here. And a nice start to draft 2 flexible removal spells. The removal spells always go into any kind of an archetype, and the Moonrage's Slash even can target a player. This one only a creature or a planeswalker, although it can deal 2 damage to a player if the target is a spirit. But let's see how it goes now. Okay, so both rares have been taken here, so no. Either the rares really were good or people just redraft here. Either way, it's fine for me. Sadly, the best card in the pack, which is the Devoted Craftkeeper, I think, doesn't really suit with my red cards here. There's a Diacraft Rebirth, which is also good, but doesn't suit with these ones either. Neither of the red cards are really that great. Yeah, the Cavern Silversmith is quite good though. Skulking Killer still bad. Shipwreck Shifters, interesting, but not really going to that direction. I'm not taking the red card. It's gonna be maybe the Silversmith or it could be the Craftkeeper, but I'm at least gonna splash these things and I don't know. I'll take the Silversmith. It is actually a really decent 4-drop here, so let's take it. I like it more than the Diacraft Scavenger actually, but they are rather close to each other, but this can be, enabling some very explosive turns with the 2 counters it gives. Okay, so now I have 2 very nice uncommons, again a pack with no rares, but I assume the players to my right are just redrafting. It's possible, I mean, all the rares that have been picked are just amazing limited rares, but there are also, not so good rares in the packs. Anyway, I'm looking to be red and white here currently. There's no reason to deviate from that. Gabony Dawn God is really decent, but the Voltaic Visionary is just a super nice 2-drop. This is, of course, a better card slightly because you can net some cards with it, but it is a 3-drop and also double caster. I just take the single caster 2-drop, so I think it's an easy pick. Also, with these now 3 red cards and only 1 white card, I still have an option to move to, maybe not draft white and get some other secondary color in case white dries up. And it seems like, based on this pack, that white isn't really that open here after all, so I could take, it's gonna be a black card because the green cards are not as good. I'm not taking the Surstrike even though it's kind of the uncolor pick. I'm most likely going to be playing red, but I could take the Shady Traveler. This is slightly better than the red version of this from Crimson Vow because it has 3 toughness during night, or you could take a Siege Zombie, which is really decent too, but I think I like the Minisky quite a bit. Siege Zombie is very good if you have a Decayed stuff, but I don't know, I take the Traveler, it might be a mistake, but I just somehow like it just quite a bit. Alright, so here, a trick. It is a trick, not an amazing one, but it gets the job done. You get to trample over when you are attacking, and then on defense it's easier to just trade with the attacker. I mean, make this card trade with the attacker while saving your creature, because the first strike with 3 power is of course quite a decent effect. It's easy to beat the opposing creature that way. Okay, Epicure, I'm not sure I like it. I don't really know. Am I going to take a Stolen Vitality? Because I know I will be playing red for sure. Okay, I'll take it. It's a fine trick. Nothing amazing though. Alright, so here, there's a decent blue card here. Interesting, actually. There's a Blood Hypnotist, but these Blood Token cards, they must be must-wears here, because there's of course no Blood Tokens in Midnight Hunt, so it's not easy to get as many Blood Tokens as it was in the Crimson Vow. And this is just a 3 mana 3/3 can't block. Not that great. I like the Bait Hook Angler most here. So basically I'm going to be red, and I have options to choose my second color based on what's going to be open and what I'm gonna open. Maybe I'll open some kind of a bomb rare and that's it. Alright, so Grief Rider, I guess I can train it a bit. There's also, just a decent playable red cards. I don't think I'm taking the Lacerate Flesh. A Dread Knight is quite early to take a 5-drop. I could just take the Harvestide Infiltrator. It's not the greatest, but it's actually still playable and I can take it. Okay, Gutter Skulker. If I'm going to be red and blue, is this a card I'm interested in? A 3/3, hard to block. Well, impossible to block if it attacks alone. I just don't know if it's the kind of card I actually care about. I could take the Ceremonial Knife here. Yeah, it's actually tough one. I don't like the Sure Strike now that I have the Stolen Vitality. I'll take that thing that I took. Okay, and now there's a Shadow Beast sighting quite late here. There's also Burn the Accursed. This is much better than Lacerate Flesh. This is an instant. This always deals damage to the player, and it also deals 5 instead of 4. Doesn't give you blood tokens, but this is better one, and I think I'll take it. I would like to take the Shadow Beast sighting too, but I know for sure I will be red, so I'll just take the Burn the Accursed. Okay, now am I gonna be mono red here? These were the only 2 red cards in the pack. Now they are quite weak, so that's not a surprise that neither of them got picked. I do like the combatant slightly more if I'm aggressive. But this actually could mean that I'm mono red. Here it's the Neon Rage Rush easily, it's actually not a bad one. And I take the red card here too, won't be playing the Nature's Embrace. And now let's see the rest. There's a Mask of Griselbrand. It's okay. I mean, it can just win the game, but it is still also clumsy. It's an equipment that doesn't... But first of all, it costs 6 mana to get something carrying this thing, of course. And while the flying and lifelink is nice, it doesn't give any power or toughness boost, so that's a little bit sketchy. Now there's a Fell Stinger, there's a Desperate Farmer, there's a... there are stuff, and actually I'm thinking about that I could be a mono red deck, and for that I could just take the Blood Petal Celebrant here. I mean, Dorothea is of course insanely good, but not when I have red cards in the deck. I mean as many as I have now. And Fellstinger would be good if I'm going to be red-black, but I think I'd just rather see if their mono-red can be a thing. I don't have to worry about my colors, just play some mountains and will be easily... mana will work if I just draw the correct amount of lands. Alright, but there's an Eaten Alive here now. Well, it's actually not even that super amazing, because I have a bunch of removal here already. But what's the card I'm going to take if I don't take an Eaten Alive here? I don't know, it could be a Famished Forages. It's not great, but it is fine-ish. This pack isn't... I mean, the best card I think is the Rise of the Ants, and then there's the Eaten Alive. These are the best 2 cards, and Brian Comer in blue-white, of course, which I can't consider here. I do like the idea of just maybe staying mono red. Not sure if that's a smart thing, but well, given I get an upgrade here, also a couple of nice white options here. I could still be red-white, but of course I'll take the upgrade here. But Sunrise Cavalier. Now, if this comes back for some reason, it would be coming back to me at pick number 11. It's very unlikely, actually. Yeah, it's gonna be picked by someone, most likely. Yeah, but if it comes back, that would really incentivize me to be white-red, not mono-red. Well, anyway, let's take the upgrade. Well, there's a Sundown Pass. Would fix mana nicely for the for that archetype, but I'll take the Celebrant here. It is such a nice card for minis with the blood tokens. Yeah, I mean, clearly white is somewhat open here. I could be red-white, but I'll just keep picking the red cards as long as I get good options for them. Alright, so here a Harvest-Tide Infiltrator number 2. I mean, okay, there's an Organ Hoarder. I just somehow didn't see it when it has the the style. Alright, so that's obviously a great card. I mean, it's a card that's worth splashing here. I'll take it. I mean, even if I'm mono red otherwise, I'm not gonna play the Baithook Angler, but I can play like 5 islands and play the Organ Hoarder. It's such an amazing card. Wow, that's a Torrens quite late actually. Well, I don't think I care about the blue cards, even if I end up blue-red like with even colors, but these are not that amazing. I think I'll just take 20 gems here this time, because this is best of 1 draft. I'm not gonna play, I don't care about another copy of Stolen Vitality. I already took the Surge Strike, so I'll just take 20 gems from my pack, which I'm sure I won't be, playing those cards at all. Okay, so Tavern Ruffian isn't that great, but at least it can attack, unlike the counterpart from a Crimson Vow that has Defender and it's a 2/6 during day. I mean, not a great pack, but I think I'll take the Ruffian here. Hopefully I don't end up playing it. Alright, so here I just take the Lambhold Harrier. Totally decent 2-drop here. I actually need 2-drops here too. Brimstone Vandal. Yeah, I'm gonna play mono red with probably maybe the Organ Hoarder. Hopefully I get something good from blue still. Okay, no one took the Rise of the Ants. That's actually surprising because it is one of the better cards in the pack. Well, I'll take it now. I'm not playing any of those. Sure. Yeah, Arcane Infusion is unlikely to be played. I mean, I could play it if I splash the blue, but I'm not sure. I should cut the white and the black because, well, I guess if I really open some double caster bomb rare, maybe I play still white or black. But now this seems to be the deck currently. It's a blue-red, well, no, it's a mono-red deck with which maybe can play the Organ Hoarder. Well, and yeah, I didn't get the Sunrise Cavalier pack there at pick number 11, I think it would have been. But if I did, I mean, I would be in a very difficult position here because there's another Cavalier, there's an Angel Fire Ignition, and still an upgrade for the deck. So that would be kind of nasty. Now, I don't think I have to make any hard decision here. I just take the upgrade and I don't draft white. I mean, that's just how it goes. All I need now is some more. I mean, I need creatures in general. I have too many non-creature spells. I need just creatures and hopefully 2 and 3 drops mostly. If I can make that happen, I'm happy about the deck. Okay, Curse of the Shaken Fate isn't good, so I'm not taking that. There is a whole pack Piper. There's a Traveling Minister, Drugskull Infantry. Okay, there's a Festival Crasher. So this doesn't, yeah, this only cares about instants and sorceries, not non-creatures. So this is from Midnight Hunt. In Crimson Vow, this would have actually been a version of the card that cares about non-creatures because that format has that theme here. Okay, I have 3 vampires. That's not enough for the Mark of Retribution, so I take the Festival Crasher here. I have actually a decent amount of instants and sorceries here still. That's actually 8 currently. Alright, so yeah, if something is worse in this set, I mean in this draft format is the Ancestral Anger, and also the blue zombie, the 2/1 that gets further copies from the deck because obviously it's very hard to get multiple copies of these things. So I'll take the Purifying Dragon. Or I could actually take the Scattered Thoughts. I kind of feel I might be interested. This is a fine card, but nothing too amazing actually. I want to play the blue, so I will actually play the Organ Hoarder and the Scattered Thoughts as ways to refill. And then hopefully, okay, well, that works well with my upgrades and removal. I mean, 1-for-1 efficient removal, then you can follow it up with some card draw effects. That's great. And Yeah, let's take the upgrade number 3 here. Another Festival Crusher. Man, this assistant somehow... Look at how close to the Organ Hoarder it is. Have I passed an Organ Hoarder earlier in the draft thinking about it being a stitched assistant? I hope I have not. But now I'm just not sure anymore. Oh man. Alright, so I'll take the Festival Crusher here still. It's gonna be good in this deck. Flame Channeler is gonna be really good. Yep, so let's take it. And then, okay, Ardent Elementalist. I do like it more than the Lacerate Flesh here, actually. Yep, it's gonna pick up something great always. I do like the deck. Actually, I have a couple of cuts to make, most likely Ceremonial Knife, and maybe like one of the pump spells. But I will see the deck when it's ready, when I'm ready to build it. Okay, so this cares about instants and sorceries. Yeah, well, let's not worry about that now. Now there are actually two drops. I could play them both. I will have a bunch of non-creatures. So, but I like the ability target creature can't block at all here. It is expensive though. I think the Flame Breather is like slightly better, but it's close. I guess it could be either one. Alright, I'm not playing the effigy, raise the effigy, I mean. Not gonna play any of these. The Candle Guide is like a potential sideboard card because of the graveyard hate, but not in best of one. I'll take the uncommon for vault value, of course. What else is there? Okay, Vivisection. I don't think I'm gonna play this card draw effect. No. I don't think I have enough vampires for the retribution. I do not, so... Okay, this is whatever. Not gonna play any of that. Okay, I think the deck is finished. Quite late Hook and Mariner. Green was somehow open here, as you can see from the late picks. I also got the Rise of the Ants quite late. Okay. Okay, so the blue and red and colorless cards are here. So the Arcane Infusion, top 4 instant and sorcery are legal things to get. Well, I currently have 10 instants, so that's exactly 1 in 4 on average, but that does mean this is gonna whiff too often. I don't think I'm gonna play the Arcane Infusion or these other cards either, so let's just cut the lands and the Ceremonial Knife goes away. So this is the creature curve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 2-drops, that's nice. Only 3 3-drops, I think I might play all of them. Total number of creatures is 15 here though, so I need to cut something. Do I like the Sure Strike more than the Stolen Vitality? This thing gives toughness. I mean, I could actually just cut both of them. I don't have to play either of those. I do like the Neonate's Rush a bit. Yeah, I can play the 6/5 during night guy. I mean, if I just play all the creatures, because I could see cutting like Lambhole Harrier in the end here. Maybe I will cut the Lambhole Harrier. I have so much removal that I probably don't need like ways to make opponent's creatures unable to block. I don't think I need it. And the question is, am I going to run 17 lands? I think I am, because I have the Organ Hoarder and Scattered Thoughts, which are fine when I'm flooding out a bit, and the Celebrants gives me some use for the extra lands if I happen to draw this thing. So I think it's worth playing 17 lands here, even though the mana would work because it's mono red with blue. So 16 lands would be, I think, with the 2 blue spells, I think it would be still like 4 or 5 islands. With 4 you can just not draw an island ever. Yeah, well actually if I play 17 I can play 12 mountains and 5 islands, and that will be enough for both. From 12 mountains you will hit your early red cards, and I will have the island available when I need these things. So cutting maybe one of the tricks. This thing gives trample when it attacks. Yeah, I guess I like the first strike slightly more. This will always save my creature not only on defense. So, and I have some low toughness creatures that I I might need the first strike to make them survive the combat. So this would be the deck. That is 14 creatures, 9 non-creatures. I think I like this slightly more than the Lammerhold Harrier. It will trigger a couple of times, and I have also redraws into. I mean, this Ardent Elementalist can get me a non-creature again. Is this like all instants? Yep, 9 instants, 14 creatures. Well, nothing wrong with that. Total number of removal is, well, I'm the slash. Sorry, the Rush is of course 1 toughness creature removal, but let's ignore that for now. That is 1, 2, 3. That is 6 spells that can remove creatures which have, you know, at least 3 toughness and smaller creatures. Yeah, that's fine. That is fine. Okay, so let's put the lands. 12 mountains, 5 islands should work quite nicely. Let's take Bob Ross here. Like so. So this is my first draft of double feature Innistrad. And I think I like the deck, but I have no idea how the format looks like. It will be, of course, double the amount of cards, 2 sets, so there will be a lot more variety in the decks. I would assume that. Yeah, that's a nice hand. I will start with the first striking attacker, of course. Don't have any. Well, now I do have a way to pump the Crasher, but this is more reliable to start with. Okay, green Snarling Wolf. Don't have to worry about that. And now with the Elementalist I can easily use the slash on like whatever, doesn't matter really. Most likely the 3-drop if it doesn't have 4 toughness, because I will just pick it up again then. Yeah, no blocks because they can pump it, of course, make it 3-3 and I'll lose my Crasher. Yeah, the Hound Tamer, amazing card, so obviously I will well, I guess I could nah, they are not gonna block if I attack into it. I'll just do this. Attack for 5 here. But the Surge Strike is definitely good. It's also very nice with the Festival Crashers actually. They will be, what, 6 power? First Strikers. Green and white. Alright, let's see if they have some other high quality cards. My deck, by the way, has mostly just commons. They are not really... Okay, look at this. My deck doesn't really have that many uncommons, but I mean, the commons are quite good. Alright, so this might be a place to use the Surge Strike. I don't just... I mean, they are like Piercing Light. I don't know, did they choose to intentionally... They did tap 3 green, maybe they have a 1... it's kinda tough. Problem is if I attack with the Celebrant and they have a Piercing Light, I will lose my Surge Strike and that would be sad. But I guess it's worth it. It seems like they didn't have a priority stop there, so maybe this does work. Because I really preferred this way to, you know, play this turn, because I can play now my another 2-drop and the idea here is that now I can have the upgrade up rather than the Surge Strike up, which I do think is more valuable to have up here. Also, this will target anything, including a player, so okay, Neonet's Rush is gonna be good. So no reason to do anything pre-combat. This is gonna be great. I also have a Vampire to make it cheaper, so I can play both Rush and the... But the point is, I can pick up the Moonrage Slash with the Elementalist when the opponent has only 3 or less life, so I can just kill them. Okay, let's see what they have. They have to, of course, pump now, and I will use my Neonet's Rush here in response. They can't use the activation more than once per turn. They have some kind of a pump spell now, I guess. So they have a Witch's Web there. If I want to... Now this is actually an interesting question. First of all, am I gonna have a lethal attack? Yes, I am. So in that case, because the Crashers are already lethal, I should let the Witch's Web resolve, because I wanna have my card from my No-Nage Rush. If I now use the upgrade, I won't get that. So that's a Witch's Web there. Now I got my card, and now before anything else I will use the upgrade here. And now if they have a massive might, I guess this is still a first striker, yeah, but this is anyway 10 damage from the Crashers, and as you can see, the Crashers can be really good. These were maybe a slightly like a sleeper card in Midnight Hunt when the set was kind of young. People didn't give enough value to the Festival Crashers. You could get them very late, but there were also a lot of cantrips in that set, and it was so easy to make these big high power creatures, and they only cost 2 and they still have 3 toughness, so really good cards. If you just can have the support, you do need like I don't know, more than 7 instants or sorceries maybe, but that was very quick. On the play, yeah, I'm keeping it obviously with the holder. I don't have a 2-drop, but I have the Brimstone Vandal or the Slash for turn 3, and the opponent only has played up to 2 mana card by that. And well, I can also just be a luck sack and have the top card of my library be a 2-drop. So that's very nice. Let's attack for 1, black and white. So the Brimstone Vandal is definitely not the greatest, but it's still, I mean, fine. 2-3 minis and pings opponent here and there. It's not the worst, but it's really not a high pick. I mean, it's like a barely playable 3-drop, I would say, but it is playable. It's not like I had a lot of options in deck building to choose between my creatures. My creatures, of course, weren't that amazing because I picked so many non-creatures during the draft. Abraham 1 Helsing. So this is of course the, I mean, basically this is the savior of Olenbok, because I don't know what is an Abraham 1 Helsing. Also, I know it's from some kind of Dracula world, but point is, this is, as you can read, savior of Olenbok, and it has the, well, it would be annoying if I didn't have upgrade here. Now the question is, it's not gonna get trained, so I really want to just play the Organ Hoarder here. If they're gonna block, they can block the Flame Breather. Guess I don't have to. I mean, I can attack with it. I don't wanna, because if I use a removal spell now, that's the only thing I can do in this turn cycle. This is annoying if it gets to train, but there's no hasty creatures for these colors, so unless they drop like a mountain, but assuming these won't get trained here, they will just block the Flame Breather here, which is, I mean, reasonable. And then I will play the Organ Hoarder, and I have both the Slash and the upgrade here. Sweet card, so totally unfair in limited. Okay, so which of these is the card I want to have? It's not gonna be the mountain, even though it would be interesting because I have a 5-drop in my hand, and I might want to be playing both 2 and 3 drops on the next turn. But I also have the Flame Generator, which I think is, given my Slash and upgrade, is the actual correct choice here. Because, I mean, if I draw a land, then, well, I didn't need the mountain in that case. And if I draw a spell, this is my only 5 mana. No, I have one more. There's the 5 mana burn spell. But the spell is most likely something I can cast with the mana I have available. So now the opponent played exactly nothing. My Moonrage's Slash actually is a 1 mana spell now because it is cheaper when it's night. Now I think I still want to play the Flame Generator. It would be interesting to enter this combat with both upgrade and the Slash up, but I think it's not necessary, and I definitely want to, you know, play this before playing any burn spells. So let's see what the opponent has. No Settle the Wreckage in this in this set, so I can just do this and see what they decide. They might just block the Flame Breather, and I mean, it's possible they have nothing. Okay, they have something, but I have an answer. I have a response to whatever. Okay, they actually... Oh, do they have a Wrath effect? Oh, they have a Wrath effect. I mean, that explains why they played in the way they did. Okay, well, there's nothing I can do about it. There's no counter spell in my deck. Yeah. Ah, damn it. This transforms, doesn't do anything. Okay, well, I guess they did use 2 cards and the Organ Hoarder, you know, replaced itself. So that was only a 2 for 1. Of course, tempo-wise annoying, but they have used 2 cards. I have used, well, yeah, well, 2 of these. Yeah, this, yeah, I mean, it was a 2 for 1. Well, this is the interesting, actually. That was the only thing that was... I mean, I guess I could have drawn another upgrade or something, but now the Elementalist hasn't got anything to pick up from here. I have to pass now. Because, yeah, if a land would have been drawn, I could have played the Celebrants. Well, if a creature would have been drawn, I could have played that. But I guess there were more, you know, burn spells there. Okay, so this is the thing that's 4/4 lifelinker during night. Now the question is, am I going to draw a land? Because I could double spell this and it wouldn't be the worst thing because I do have the Elementalist to get one of these back. But if I draw a land I could just... Okay, actually I'm doing the double spell because if I draw the land I want to just play my Celebrants in that case. And this also means that in case they do have a pump spell here to save it, at least I might get to know. Well, no, actually, if they played a pump spell there, it would have become a... Oh, look at this, I actually drew an upgrade, so I'm even happier that I do that. But yeah, if they had a pump spell there, it would be in day now, and this would be an enchantment or a curse. So the burn the accursed wouldn't work. But anyway, I'll just do this, and I think it's easily the Moonrage Slash because both deal 3. I mean, the upgrade can get rid of an artifact, but I have another upgrade in my hand. So this can also target the player, which can be relevant, but given the amount of cards they have, well, I'm happy I got to return stuff before they belayed the Diagraph Horde here. Now, okay, it's time to just play the Celebrants. I will use the Burn the Accursed later on. I could have played the Burn the Accursed now and attack for 2, but I'd rather have my 4/4 Menace guy here and see what they do. But of course, they still have a lot of cards left. The 2/2s are currently irrelevant. Not irrelevant anymore. Okay, well, the opponent had a by invitation only. It's also this mythic rare, which is not like the craziest bomb rare. Okay, and they have a Rite of Oblivion there. So I mean, this is game over now. They have way too much. They shouldn't attack with the Decayed Zombie here. They already drew the card from one of their things, so this dying doesn't give them another card. Okay, so they just killed all my threats with by invitation only and the Rite of Oblivion. Also, this Decayed Zombie would be very good for the Rite of Oblivion. I don't understand what's happening now, but I'm happy they did to choose it. That was just a wasted. Maybe they have like more of those, but I don't know. Anyway, let's just use... Let's first draw a card because I'm gonna kill only the Morbid Opportunist now, and I have mana for that. Okay, so sadly the Slash is no longer a 1 mana card, so I will still use the upgrade rather than the... Oh, they know about the Slash though. But the Slash can go face. That is a really important difference here. Yeah. So they do have the Rite of Oblivion, but they just used up their... They used up their Decayed Zombie, which they could have had as a sacrifice for this thing. But I mean, opponent is still having 5 cards in their hand. This is not easy. Not easy at all, and they are also in a position to raise me currently with a 3/4 against my 2/1 with the life totals being what they are. So it really depends on what if they have more strong cards to continue with. But yeah, that's 1, 2, 3 rares / mythic rares currently. Okay, this thing comes back as a 2/1. Okay, and they have... Alright, so... Yep, I guess the by invitation only was good enough for them. Now, this thing exiles, so it's still kinda okay, but... I mean, the problem is they had just 3 new creatures enter the battlefield. I wouldn't mind attacking with the 2/1 into... Well, I can't even attack actually, I have to block here. Okay. I mean, my hand is great. Of course it is. I do realize that. Also, this thing deals 2 to the opponent. So I actually have a lot of face damage if they have more spirits. No, this, yeah, okay, so I can use this on the spirit. I have 7 damage in here, but they are at 11. That's not enough. And I can't also use all on the same turn, so... I think I have to be mana efficient and just use the Burn the Accursed here. I don't like it, but it has to happen. I will exile this. Oh, that was the wrong one, maybe. I guess it wasn't, because I'm most likely going to use the Rending Flame on this, and I wanted to exile the creature, not have the disturb option be available. So, I mean, I'm going to use the Rending Flame on the 3-4, most likely. And I'm going to just hope the opponent runs out of... Do they have a common? Yeah, they do. 3-4-1. Alright, so this... I mean, after they played their by invitation only, they just... Of course, they were able to, you know, hold cards in their hand. So I'm looking at 11 damage. They actually should attack with the 1-1 here. Because that would force me to jump block. Now I don't have to jump block. Maybe they have something that makes me lose life post combat. Maybe they hope I don't block here. Well, I can't really leave myself to 1 life when they have the 1-1 here, so let's jump here. And see if I can draw something good. So I can play now 2-3 mana spells. I will have to play the land here. And I think, well, I definitely have to kill the trainer. This is at the beginning of combat, yeah, so I must kill it before it goes to combat. I think I need my own creature though. To have some kind of... I mean, maybe I draw like a Sure Strike or something, I don't know. I put a stop on their main phase. I don't want it to go to combat. I will have to use my... I think the Moon Rage... Oh, they know about the Moon Rage's slash. Yeah, well, there's no surprise there then. But of course I must kill this. Now I can also kill the Bat Whisperer if I really wanted to, but it really makes no sense. Makes no sense because I have to be blocking here anyway. Now I have the option now to take 4. Plus, I mean, I can take 8 here. So how do I win if I don't block? I will go to exactly 1 here, assuming they don't have a follow-up. I guess if they have nothing, well, they're gonna use the Rite of Oblivion if nothing else. So I guess I just have to actually play defensively here. And now use the Rending Flame on the Digraph Horde and hope they really flood out. Okay, they have a life gain. And they have... Okay, well, that is a spirit though. Wow, this is... It's too much because I lose to the... I mean, even if I... Yeah, it's not gonna work. That was an interesting one if they actually didn't have anything there. But I killed this and I still take 5. Yeah, well, opponent had just all gas after the by invitation only. Well, by design, of course, because they didn't play it much before they frat the board. But that's how it goes against frat effects. Okay, hand is nice. And I definitely wanted to draw the lands here, so that's good. So now the question is what I'm gonna... They have a bait hook angler. Well, I could just play that 1-3, but I guess I will be willing to... Maybe not. I'll play the Flame Breather here. It blocks the angler here, and they could have a 3-drop that can block this guy like that. Although that will die, sure. So this is gonna be way too risky to leave alive. So let's kill it now that they are tapped out. Ping them, and now there's an option to attack for 1. My deck is aggressive, so that is... I mean, I could trade here 1 damage to 2 damage, and since I pinged the opponent, I'm gonna do that. Now their deck might be aggressive too. They could be the blue-red spells archetype, but still, with the Daybreak combination and all that, this 1 damage could matter more than their 2 damage. Alright, so... Are there any easy ways to sacrifice in Midnight Hunt for these colors? I don't think there are. I can play two things, or I can just play the competent attack for 4. I kinda like the idea to not play the combatants now, because that's not using my mana, you know, optimally. Yeah, I'll play the Visionary and the Celebrant, because this Visionary becomes a 4-3. That's gonna be good. And with 5 mana available, it doesn't matter what I exile, I will be able to play that card, whether it's a land or a spell. Let's see if they find their way to make this into a 4-4. Curse of Survival. Okay, that's really annoying. So whenever, yeah, they basically draw in my, yeah, this is bad. That is actually horrible, because they will draw now an extra card each turn, you know, on my turn. But yeah, that is what it is. I will exile a card, which is a land. Let's transform that thing, and yeah, now we are in trouble. I could attack with the Daybreak Competence, or rather the Blood Petal Celebrant, being a first striker. But if I do the Elementalist this turn, I can next turn play the Combatants and the Moonrage's Slash. I can actually attack now for 1. Let's do that. They don't have a good block. I mean, they have they have this block, but sadly, no, it doesn't matter what I leave. Well, anyway, I'll do this. Let's take the slash back. But opponent being at 17, and they draw the extra cards now. I mean, of course, if they play a 5 mana card, it is allowed to draw back like 3 cards. But once the game goes any longer, okay, that is. I like to actually see that, because now they have used 2 turns to draw cards, and they must have something very cheap interaction here, which they might have. That is something I can deal with this. Yeah, but now of course I need to be very aggressive here. Organ Hoarder will be good, but I don't think it's this turn. So this will be a 3-step creature. 5 mana 3-1 that even flies. Not great. But I need to clear the board here somehow. I don't think there's really much, because the 1-3 is so efficient at blocking these guys. I might just have to kill the Covetous Castaway. Given the amount of cards in their hand, I don't necessarily mind if they use 5 mana on this on the next turn, even though it is a good blocker for Mala guys. But I think I have to just have to do it like this now. So how do I use the... Well, I'm gonna use the slash on here. At least I get some pings from here, and the Organ Hoarder can... They mill 3, but I don't think that matters too much. So this has haste anyway, so who I don't... They can trade with the Angler. Who trades with it? I guess I don't mind if they... Yeah, they will... If they wanna block a 4 power guy, they should. I could also pump the Berserker, but there's a good chance they will... Maybe I should... No, actually, this is tough. Who's gonna get the pump? Elementalist? No, I mean, I guess it should be the 1-3, because they're gonna block... I mean, they can potentially block the 4 power creature anyway, so I maybe just should... And this is gonna block a 2 power creature no matter what. I think this is how I should do it. Oh, no, this was actually a mistake. Darn. Because now they can block the 3 power creature. I didn't realize that. Well, I was a fool. Now they can put the egg on the Flame Breather. That was... I missed just 1 damage here. Although, would they have... It's actually not that clear cut, but whatever. They are now at 8, and they are winning the late game easily. But I have ways to push through here still. I have a more cheap removal. Okay, they get this thing, but whatever. It's just a blocker anyway. All I need to do is find something with the Organ Hoarder and maybe have the Keswick Flame Breather here. Okay, that is insane. Okay. Now I need to draw something very good. That qualifies as very good though. There's nothing at 1 mana, so I'm gonna play the Sure Strike this turn. It has to be. So sadly, it's not gonna be a lethal attack or anything like that. The loner will do short work of my guys. I mean, I would just win if they had 2 blockers, but well, them getting two additional creatures at 7 mana is not a big surprise. But so if I attack with everything, I can deal. I mean, they will block. The loner will block. Yeah, this is horrible. I will lose most of my guys. And this loner being, doing what it does, it kills 2 guys. That is horrible. I guess I can just play this now just to learn a bit more. I mean, it might affect what I do. I might even have something better than a Sure Strike. So let's see. Upgrade. Yep. It is really good. So now with that, I can kill the Stitched as it. I know I could kill the Loner too, but that's just going to kill one of my guys right away. I can't really let them tap. Okay, I have to do something. Yeah, so let's do this. I'm not sure if this is smart. Probably it is not. But I mean, I just have to do something now. So they will take now some amount of damage, but I don't even. I hope I can connect next turn with something, but I don't think that's gonna happen because the Serpent chooses to do that. Okay, that is actually smart because now they can kill the Elementalist before. Yeah, they minimize the damage they take this way. They lose the Serpent now, but yeah, that was smart from the opponent because of course they just will be able to. But my Flame Breather is alive, so there is that. But man, if they just didn't have, I mean, what the opponent played there, it was such a nice set of things here. And now they are gonna. I mean, the ill-tempered loner, that is. Can I win by them getting decked out? Well, I guess I can get lucky and lucky with these draws, but I don't think it's enough. They clearly have something. So if I knew they had nothing, I would win now, but of course they would have played the Covetous Castaway if they didn't have anything, so I don't really have an attack here. Because of course I have a lethal. If they take Flame Breather, I can keep it +3 and then this ping will be the 5th damage, so that is it. If they have nothing. But they of course do. I mean, I might have to try to. Yeah, I have no attack here. If I attack with the Organ Hoarder, this will block, and as you can see, that. Do I want to have this on top? Sure, I'll draw it mostly because I have the Sure Strike and some other. I don't know though. They have like a couple of life points too many here. Now if they would, I mean, now the good thing is I can attack with the Organ Hoarder. Okay, yeah. The ill-tempered loner was just too much, and the fact they were able to play the Curse of Surveillance. Yeah, that was just too much stuff they had here. Oh yeah, this is just so miserable because, as you can see, the game will end into them overwhelming me in a couple of turns with me having no attacks here at all. I mean, I can try like something. Can they get decked out here? It's too many turns that they have time here. I don't think they can, so I will attack with the Organ Hoarder and use the Sure Strike on the Skrillex. I couldn't even play the Flame Breather here first, for the reason that then they just block with the Loner and kill the Loner with the Flame Breather. This activated triggered ability. Maybe I wasn't supposed to play it even here either. I don't know. I just think I lost to this combination of cards they have. Yeah, okay, now this is enough. This is enough. Oh yeah, that was disgusting. I know there was like maybe I could have drawn my card draw spell and something, but that was even Olivia's attendance. These 2 games after the 1 win these have been miserable. I mean, I've just faced like totally different quality cards than I have good commons in my deck, but those were rares. Well, I guess there was the one rare only, but then they had also the egg. I don't know. I think I had good chance in both games, but opponent was able to stabilize and win the long game. Okay, that is again a good hand, but this is a good hand of commons, even though one of them is really much better than your average common is. And these are high quality commons, but I can't take anything similar again. This is also a slow hand now, of course, with no permanent place, but I have these spells here which I can use to even out the tempo here, of course, but not sure which I'm gonna play on turn 4. This at least can attack as a 2/5. But yeah, that it is when the opponent has a Curse of Surveillance, you can never really play any kind of long game. You have to win quickly, or they will win because they just draw 2 cards a turn. So there was no way they were ever gonna run out of stuff. Okay, they have a grasp on that, which is fine. Okay, 3 colors, Puppet Stitcher. Well, another rare here. The more I let them use this, I can't let them use it. Whatever, I mean, I will again use the slash here as a potential, burn spell to phase. But I mean, I can't let this kind of guy be alive for long. The decayed zombies do also add up. Okay, so now they have a 2/3 life linker, which means I'm going to... They can attack into this. Should I just trade? I think I will trade with the Organ Hoarder. Well, that's interesting. I think it's gonna be the Celebrants still, but the Elementalist would be really good too. I'll play the land because I have the Scattered Thoughts here. And of course I need the 5th land for the Celebrants anyway. Just don't have any discard effect. I mean, if I have to lose 2 of these cards, that would be horrible. The Ruffian would be like okay, but I don't want to lose any of these cards now. Okay, I'm willing to trade here. Then if they use the aura at some point, I can maybe kill the thing that's carrying the aura. That's a maybe, of course. It has to be sufficiently small for that to work. Okay, so now I don't like this. I mean, they pass with mana up. Am I gonna play my Celebrants into a counter spell here? Or am I gonna go for end of turn Scattered Thoughts? Because of course there are other things. They might have a Scattered Thoughts themselves, they might have a bounce spell, they might have an instant speed kill spell. I really didn't want to play the Ruffian there, because it was an option, but man does this... Yeah, this does suck. I mean... losing the big threat there. Opponent is at 25. I mean, my Tavern Ruffian has to go all the way here now. And they are stuck at 4 lands. They are stuck at 4 lands, which means they have 4 spells in their hand still. I have a card draw spell, so that is good. Okay, do they do something for this? Whenever they discard a spirit or a card with disturb, and they had a Hallowed Respite. Well, it's not a spirit or doesn't have disturb. So this can exile non-legendary creature, and then it basically blinks, gets a counter or a tap it. Okay. Right, so... Yeah. I mean, I should have played maybe the Ruffian on the turn when I had the Celebrant, because I don't care about losing the 4 for Menace as much as I care about losing the Blood Tokens. But... because now this can be just removed. If this would have resolved, I would have gotten the blood tokens. So maybe I was supposed to play the Ruffian. Yeah, I think I was supposed to play it. But yeah, if I eaten alive, that's... At least I do have my scattered thoughts here. Okay, well, that removal is... I mean, it would be a lot better if at least some of these guys was alive, but nope. Because this 1-for-1 removal doesn't work when the opponent is, stuck at 5 lands. They will outspell me. I have used both of my effects that can get me additional cards, and also I had to put the Elementalist to my graveyard from the Hoarder because I chose to take the Celebrant. So I think now the critical mistake in this game was that I played the Celebrants on the turn when they had Counterspell mana up. And I had the Ruffian as an option, because now I really need the blood tokens, because every fertile land I draw, they will be complete waste of a card, and I have no way to use them in any way. Lands are total blanks. So I only hope I have here going on for me is that the opponent has a massive flood. So I could... I mean, they're gonna exile this, and then it will be a +1/+1. They will get to draw and discard. It will be a 2/3 anyway, so I think I have to use the upgrade on it. I mean, it's not great for me. They just used a card from their graveyard that made me use a card from my hand. At least Flip the Switch doesn't counter that. So now I have a 3/2 Trampler, which will become a 4/4 during night. But opponent is winning the damage race currently if they have like just any other addition to the board. And they have 3 colors: Swamp, Swamp, Plains, Plains, Island, Island. Nice. Alright, so let's play the Flame Channeler right away. In case I have to use my burn spells, there can be some flash stuff. I don't remember everything in this format. But they actually didn't play a spell on their turn, so this is a 4/4 Trampler right now. Does it actually get to connect? It does get to connect. Interesting. With the 2 pump burn spells, I actually do have... I can use the Embodiment of Flame if it doesn't die, that is. Yeah, I'll take 2 here. I wonder what's in their hand, because they haven't played anything. Is that another player with a mass removal spell? That would be so fun. Guess they have to play something at some point. This is gonna be 6 damage a turn. Fateful. Well, at least I get to investigate. Okay. Not sure if I was supposed to play the land there. Okay, now. I can't raise the lifelink and I wanna flip my flame generator, so let's use that in response. So now they are still at 6 lands only. Okay, 7 lands now. Okay, burn the accursed. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe the opponent has some weird stuff. Maybe they have a 4th color or something. I don't know why they don't. Okay, there's a Digraph Horde, which is gonna exile a bunch of stuff. It's okay. It's okay. Now the question is, am I gonna use the Rending Flame, which is, cheaper, and I have the opportunity to use the more expensive card, but also this exiles. I think I am going to use the more expensive card here. Who knows? Maybe they have a spirit and the 2 damage matters here. I don't know. Although maybe they have a flip the switch. I wouldn't want to. It counters any spell, right? Yeah, unless I pay 4. Okay, fine. I'll use the Rending Flame only. They don't seem to have anything. So now I get the counter. I can actually use the ability. That hasn't happened often in Limited. Visionary also can net me an extra card, but I will go to a low life total. But anyway, before I do anything, so this let's read it. Remove a flame counter, exile top card. You may play that card. It could be a removal spell, but I guess hitting a 2/2 isn't the worst. Okay, so I'm gonna play this. Fine, let's play the land. I have no... Oh, actually, I was just about to say I have no blood tokens, but I do. This card I just played. Well... Consuming Tide, but that bounces every... Each player chooses a non-land permanent they control. Return all non-land permanents not chosen this way to owner's hand. They lose one of those tokens. I mean, they lose, yeah, one of those tokens, and then they draw a card for each opponent who has more cards in hand. And then you, okay, so they draw one card no matter what. Alright, so anyway, I will choose the embodiment to be state. So they drew one. So basically they drew, okay, bounce spell, draw a card, lose one token. And I do hit a pocket of non-lands, which I really need to happen here. That is cool. That was one of the cards they were having in their hand. That is not a particularly good one. I mean, I'm winning if they don't have something crazy good stuff now. I hope they don't have a frat effect. That would be intolerable. I'm going to draw the extra card here. And that's a good one. 6, 7... Yeah, this will actually cost a total of... But no, I'm not gonna discard... play the island because I might want to... actually... use the blood token. Okay, so the opponent just has cards in hand. I don't know what they do because the opponent is doing nothing here. I'm at 8 cards in my deck. Wow. So, I mean, I'll just attack with everything and see what happens. I don't know what happened in this game. Maybe they just had 3 lands and they just never wanted to play their lands, but it seemed like they were stuck at 4 and 5 lands. I don't know. Well, I'm at 2 and 2 now. What an event. Well, maybe I win the rest of the matches. Okay, 2, 3, 3, 3. That's fine. The good part of decks that, you know, are monocolor or mainly monocolor is that as long as you have enough lands, you will have a keepable starting hand. No need to pay attention to the colors of the what the lands produce. So I can have a 2, 3, 4 curve here now. Let's see what is the opponent playing. Hopefully not a 1, 3 or something like that. Well, 2, 3 then. Sure. Well, I have a Rending Flame for that, because this of course pumps each of their zombies, so I need to get rid of this guy. But I might still play the Vandal on the next turn. It's really... Oh, they miss a land drop. I'm thinking about... Competence is interesting, but also the Menace guy. Well, let's attack first. Chill. Okay. I'm happy now I didn't play the Competence. Okay, Undead Butler. And they milled 2 lands. They have a Dread Fugue in their hand, interesting. Okay, so... They didn't mill a creature, but if they are gonna double block and I kill the Scarp, they're gonna get it back. Guess that's the case. Don't have exile based. don't think I want to even attack, because if I'm forced to use the upgrade now, that's the only thing I can use this turn. I play the Ruffian. And yeah, there's no point attacking and trading this onto the Butler. They are missing the third land again, so now this is a 6-5. Okay. Okay, the opponent is now having a bad time. I don't even have to... I can just do it like this and see what happens. Now they pretty much have to jump block the 6-5. No instant B. Okay, well I mean the opponent kept the 2-lander and never drew the third land. Now they can get the Scarp back, but if they play a 2-3 here, I just kill it with the Rending Flame, and okay, they at least drew a third land. Do they have something that allows them to... I don't think they can double spell. The Tavern Smasher will be a 6-5 now. I have the combatants here. Burn the Accursed will... Yeah, I mean the burn spells are great here. Can get the upgrade back. Morbid Opportunist, yep. Would be good if I didn't have a way to get rid of... I think this is gonna be, what, 10 damage now? There's no point leaving this guy alive. So let's make them go to 5. And now that is... Given my hand, it's very hard to see if they can ever find a solution to hit this board here. That's dead, but now they are basically... Well, I win in a multiple different ways, but let's use this win here now. Just double spelling would have been actually enough, because they go to 1, and then if I double spell anything, then of course this ping would have dealt the final point. Alright, so very anticlimactic game, because opponent was stuck at 2 way too long. Okay, that is not great, but I'm keeping it. I'm not gonna go to 6 just because I don't have early action now available. Plus I might draw. The upgrade makes the difference here, because I can kill opponents, let's say 3-drop. So that I won't be falling too much behind, and then I can play the Ruffian on turn 4. Most likely I'm assuming I'm gonna draw 1 land in my 4 draw steps. Opponent kept 7. Okay, well, there is a 2-drop. Like I said, you can also just draw it. Beethoot Angler won't be killed by the upgrade. Funnily, I draw, but I have 5 islands in the deck. 12 mountains, now I have 3 islands and 1 mountain. It doesn't matter, I don't have double caster blue. Okay, this is really good, so obviously it's gonna die. Now, the thing is, I'm gonna kill it anyway, so I could pay, take 2 damage in hopes to draw a... Yeah, because the thing is, if I'm gonna play the upgrade anyway, so it has to be basically a land, otherwise it's kind of wasted. I guess it could be a burn spell. I have 3 and 2 mana burn spells, so yeah, I'm gonna activate this, because I'm not gonna block the Angler anyway. I take 2 damage, which might be wasted if I exile something I don't wanna play now. But if it could be just a land. Okay. That is exactly what I wanted it to be, so that's perfect, and now I get rid of this guy before it gets to put any counters anywhere. So, and I have a 4-3 right now, which even drew me a card at the mere cost of 2 damage. Won't be a big deal. Okay, they don't care about this too much. Locked in the cemetery. Well, that is sad. That is sad, but I have here a continuation. Is it gonna be the Crasher and Celebrant, or just the Ruffian? I think I like the... I think this is better. I think this is better now, because it's unlikely that the Ruffian will be transforming, and this is more damage. I can deal 3 damage by attacking. Of course, the opponent has to have no good blocks, but I have a Sure Strike and Burn Jackhurst and Rending Flame and everything here. So interesting. them being able to exile stuff from my graveyard is like very slightly annoying, because I have one card in my deck that cares about picking stuff from my graveyard. But now this is a good attack because they can only jump block if they don't have anything, and then I will see if they have. But actually, it is night now. I said it is unlikely that it would be a night. So if I played this, this could be a 6-5 now. And now let's see, it is getting countered and me being again very sad about the state of affairs. Exile Upgrade and resolves as a 6-5. So now they have to double spell. Root Coil Creeper makes it possible. They have a 4 mana and 2 cards in their hand. Oh, 1 card. Okay, so I can play 2 of these cards. If I play Burn the Accursed, I can't play either. So playing the 6th land doesn't make any. It's not necessary, because if I lose the Celebrant, I wanna have a land in my hand that I can discard. So now the question is, am I going to attack with the... So this thing can get a card with flashback from exile. Well, there's nothing in exile yet. I just don't think I want to pre-combat burn anything. I'll just attack with everything and see what happens. I have a Sure Strike and a Rending Flame. I should be good. Should be good here. So I'm gonna Sure Strike the Celebrant here, because that will pump the Festival Crasher, and I get to deal more damage this way. Does this... Okay, all that resolved. Interesting. I mean... Is there a mass removal card? I guess something black can. But blue and green don't have mass removal, so I think I'm in a good shape right now. Consider, okay, they can dig into something. Do they mill the top card? Do they mill it? They did mill the Krollnog. Now they have this thing, which is really irrelevant too. And they don't even care about continuing. Okay, that was an odd game. It seems like they were like flooded out a bit, but that is what, 7 lands? I had 6 lands, alright. They have the heirloom, but this is not a land, of course. That's a spell they chose to put into their deck. Well, anyway, I got the win here. Yeah, this is a little bit tougher now. I do have 2 spells I can play, and I have this amazing 4-drop. And if I draw a land, I can play the Rending Flame. So I think I'm gonna keep it, but this could backfire if I happen to, you know, not draw the lands. But then again, if I do, it's just gonna be amazing. Of course, I proceed to draw a 5-drop, though this is good. And this can give me a blood token that allows me to dig into it. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, drawing 2, these were my only 5-drops in the deck. They were back-to-back draws here. Anyway, I'm thinking about not attacking, because if the opponent attacks, I do want to have the blood token. Problem is they might not attack, and then... fine, I will attack once. Okay, but things will still be okay if I draw like 2 lands back to back. That would be just totally fine. But if I keep drawing more non-lands that cost more than 2 mana, that's going to be horrible. Okay, that's fine. So I could attack with the Festival Crasher. And if I don't play the Rending Flame, this will become a 4/4 menace, and this is the only spell I have here. So what I'm thinking here is that I'm gonna kill this anyway. I'm not gonna let this survive as a 4/4. Now there are kind of 2 options. I can just attack with only the Crasher and hope they do go for the double block. But why would they? If I have anything, this is gonna get third point of power. So they are not gonna fall for that. And in that case, if I'm gonna use the Running Flame on this thing anyway, I should attack with the do it pre-combat attack with both for 5, because otherwise I'm just missing 2 damage. Unless I want to leave this thing as a blocker, which I don't actually want to do now. Yeah, I'm gonna not do anything tricky here. I'm fairly sure the opponent wouldn't go for the double block, and then I would, because I'd rather raise here. Because my deck has ways to, you know, finish a game if the opponent is just at a low enough life total. Okay, Burn the Accursed will exile, so Spoke Roller could be perhaps exiled. But, okay. Now land was great. Funnily, again an island, but it's fine. They can double block if I attack with the Celebrant. But I get a Blood Token, I get rid of these, and then I will have another target for the Burn the Accursed. Plus the Organ Hoarder will give me another card, of course. The question is, am I gonna play the Ruffian instead? But I'm gonna, no matter what, I'm gonna allow them to go for the double block. I also, you know, put a bit of a bluff stop there. Okay, they actually don't care. Well, they will get to draw a card from the Spoke Roller anyway, so it's fine. I don't mind getting the Blood Token here. And this Spoke Roller is fairly annoying card. So now, because they do have the Pestilent Wolf, maybe I will just... Because I know I won't want to even get a land with this thing. Okay, let's play the Ruffian now. It has the... I mean, I will have at least a little bit more information about what the opponent does, what more I draw. That gives me a better idea of what I could maybe want to draw with this thing. Now I just want to get the land for the exiling this thing. So, yeah, this is actually fine. Burn it. And I will attack with both. I don't mind trading the Crasher on the Specimen, because this is getting, I mean both of these, of course, because this will be Death Toucher at some point anyway, and this way I get rid of that. And now if they want to use the Specimen, it really costs 3 mana and it enters tapped, so it's something they probably won't be doing in a while. And I have this very good continuation with the Celebrants and the Organ Hoarder. So jump blocking the one guy won't be even enough, even if it at some point goes to that. Okay, they gain life and I think I want to play the Celebrant anyway, no matter what. I could play the Organ Hoarder, but the Celebrant is so much better here. I will attack here and give them. Maybe they need the mana so hard, so badly that they don't want to risk, but they want to use my tricks, which is totally making sense when you are at 12. If you can afford to absorb opponent's tricks by using your creatures, that is totally the correct thing to do. Okay, Timberland Guide doesn't. Okay, well that's slightly annoying, yes, because now they can double block so that I can't trade with the Rejuvenator, but of course I have stuff in the deck that can. So start with I can. Okay, I will play the Organ Hoarder now. That gives me most depth to look at cards. If I have like a Sure Strike here. Do I still have it? Yes, I do. That could be really good. Okay, well, talking about really good stuff. I just get my Burn the Accursed back. Or, I mean, it's interesting because the Rending Flame does the same amount of damage, but Burn the Accursed deals 2 to your opponent. I mean, anyway, I'm taking the Elementalist. That's the easy pick here. Might as well... Well, I'm not playing these lands, am I? There is a... it's actually interesting. It is really interesting, actually. Because I might still... I mean, I could have access to 7 mana on the next turn. And then I could play the Elementalist and the Rending Flame. Okay, fine. I will actually do this. See what they have available now. I don't have an attack. I mean, I'm not going to trade the 4/4 into a 1/1. That is a very bad idea. So... well, it really depends on what they find here now. They find a Renan 7. Oh, that is disgusting. 5/5 token, or maybe even 6/6 if they have a land drop.
They prepare for war.
Well, that is a good draw, but this Timberland guide, that was quite something. That was quite something indeed. Man, did they have to have a Planeswalker here? But yeah, the Timberland guide on the Rejuvenator is just, you know, makes my Celebrant so pathetic. So I'm thinking about our options here. They are not good. Now I can sacrifice my Organ Hoarder to kill the Renan 7. I think I have to do, no matter what, I have to do this. That is just something that I cannot avoid. I hope they don't have anything for 1 mana that actually maybe helps them save this. Now I could also kill the Planeswalker, but I need to get rid of this thing, because this gets bigger the more lands they have. Now if I attack everything to Renan 7, because of the menace, Renan 7 will die. But one thing about Renan 7 is that the next activation won't be a token. They can only plus it. But I guess I have to just do it. I mean, I will lose either the Organ Hoarder or the Falconrod Celebrant trades with the Timberland Guide. Those are the options. But I will get rid of the Renan 7 now that I can. Yeah, it's not great. The opponent has 12 life, it's too much life for me to attack to them. And I do have the upgrade here still, which they don't know about. And I have 3 blood tokens, so I can get rid of a bunch of lands here. If they want to, they can trade with the Organ Hoarder, but that is not anything I care about. I think this is the best play in the end. I wish I had the upgrade to finish up the Rejuvenator. That is what I really hope here. But now they have the 3/5, but I might just... well, let's see what they have. Okay, the 6th land now on unnatural ground. Okay, that's nasty, but it is not nasty right now. Because I can kill this. Oh, sure strike. Do I win? They get rid of one of my blood tokens, but that's... well, I don't win, I know that already, but I might win on the next turn. It really depends on if they're gonna have a creature or not. Yeah, that really depends on it. They had to tap this for the 4th green. I hope they don't have a spell that they can use to kill one of my guys, because I am dealing here 7. I'm gonna deal 9. Now, is this lethal? Wait a second. Is it exactly? How I actually miscounted it first. 5. No, it's not. Yeah. This is 7 plus 3. So I could use the Surge Strike already, but I don't think I want to. I mean, it doesn't really make too much of a difference, but I have so many attackers. I mean, unless they put 2 more creatures suddenly there, but now I have a lethal. Okay, this is actually full information now. This enters tapped. This is exactly lethal. Wow. They have no cards in hand. This is exactly lethal with the Surge Strike. I will actually do it like this, so the opponent doesn't feel so bad. Just to make it so that, as if I'm digging into an answer here. Yeah. They don't gain life. They don't have cards in hand. They have 1 mana available from the Rejuvenator, but they can't even use that thing. So this is... wow. I could have played the Flame Breather for extra damage, but that's not necessary. Okay. Oh, what a game. What a game. I think the 5 wins is break even. This, of course, is a different price structure in this event now. It costs 1500 gems, but you get less prizes. And you don't even get any prize packs. So this is more expensive than a Premier Draft normally is. So as you can see, the 4 wins, which is normally 1400 gems, is only 1000 gems. And 5 wins is exactly break even point. Of course, if you rare draft those double rare packs, you can maybe get some value that way. Then the 6th win is actually better than in normal Premier Drafts, and the 7th win is also slightly better, so at least I got my gems back now. Okay, on the play with the 3 drops, Celebrants, Organ Horde. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. I do have 5 islands in the deck, and this is still a fine enough of a hand. I don't have any of my removal spells, but I haven't had any trouble drawing them in my earlier games, so I still expect that to be the case. That's not a bad, actually. Not a bad one, because now I can of course, if I draw any land, even a mountain, I can have a 4-drop here too. Let's see what's there. 2-drop, it's that thing. Well, it also means that I won't be offering the combatants here. I'll do this and won't be blocking that. Okay, well, they get to have a card, so that's of course annoying. But that's not so bad. I can play the Forage. It's actually not... no, I'm playing the Organ Hoarder because I will get to trample over a point of damage, but the 3 mana this thing gives me... I could play a post-combat combatants, but that makes no sense. I don't have to trade with this guy though. But at the same time, I kind of want to... I mean, this is at some point maybe a 4-4, but it's really long... I mean, I'd rather keep the board a bit more clear too. Although the Sure Strike is quite good here with the Trampler. Okay, fine. I won't be doing that right now. It's kind of... I don't need the damage now. And here I take the slash. Yeah, it is maybe a bit too... you know, not point. I will trade the Organ Hoarder with either of those two twos actually. Okay, so fine. Let's see what happens. Maybe they have more of these captains. It's possible, of course. Okay, post-combat Silversmith. All right. Well, it's easy attack with the Surge Strike, and now that I drew the 2-drop, I mean, it's actually fantastic. I really hope they do block, but they might just take it. In which case I will play the Forages into Visionary. I could also play the Moonrage's Slash here, but I feel like the creature is better. And I most likely will. Or will I? Well, opponent has 5 cards in the hand, so I can't say that if I trade these guys that I'm having some kind of... well, yeah, this was my early pick for a reason. You see how good the card is. So now my question is, should I try to raise... because the taking 8 here is quite a lot. I can myself attack for 10. But then I'm facing a lethal counterattack. That's bad. I will block here. Because I might have my Menace guy and all that. Okay, they have a lot of zombie. Something I didn't expect to see is that thing. Alright. Jeez. It will just trade with the Visionary. Not much to say about that. I mean, I'm still playing the Celebrant here, so don't think it matters too much. Yeah, whatever. I mean, if they block with the Cavern Silversmith on the Trampler, then I will use the Sure Strike and probably... Well, now it doesn't matter. Nah, I didn't really expect him to have 1 mana thing that can trade with this thing, but... Well, I guess most 1-drops can trade with a 1 toughness creature, so... Anyway, let's play the Celebrant. So now I'm facing only the 4 damage here. They might use the infantry, but then I have 7... Do I have a lethal counter attack? Don't think I have. Oh, Slutsman. Come on. Did that have to be the case there? But let's now think, because look at the explosive potential of my hand. Now I can't cast all of them, I can cast exactly 2 of those. But is there some kind of a... No, when they are at 14, this is incredibly difficult to try to win. So I'm thinking about here, if I do the combatants... Now, if I'm gonna go make any kind of an all-out attack, I'm gonna lose to the counter attack. So, combatants, additional, we pump the, I don't know, Trampler. And it's nowhere near enough, because they have 5 toughness there. I don't want them to... If I pump this guy... No, it's gonna just not work. No matter how I do, but I think it's still gonna be the... When this attacks, put the slime counter. I have the slash here to block it. I mean, I guess I can make it into a knight. This is a 4/4, but they have this Drogskull. Oh man, I can't beat them. They have too much. I have a lot of damage here available, but it doesn't. It's not enough when they are at 14 and have a 5/5 here. Because even if this dies to first strike damage, this will become a 4/4, but it's not enough. It's just not enough. I mean, I die to the counter attack so easily here. But if I do leave a... I mean, if I do it like this, attack with these guys, if they don't block, it's not lethal. If I attack with everything and they don't block, it's not lethal either. That's the problem. So I have to hope they do a block here. That's the only thing I have going on. And then I will jump block one of these guys. Oh, this has no abilities. Kind of forgot that. Oh, that's sad. I thought it has the many. So of course it not only becomes a 2/2, it loses its abilities too. I mean, I still do this, but this makes me deal even less damage. I mean, point is, I was supposed to pump the Trampler here. Jeez. I waste 2 damage here now. Oh man. Waste 2 damage here now. That could be actually, if I pump the Trampler here, I guess there's a chance they didn't block at all. Oh yeah, well, they didn't run out of gas, so this was just the opponent having better stuff there. Yeah, with the revenge, I mean, wow. I wonder if they didn't have the Lade zombie on that one turn, because then I would have been able to... I mean, I would have dealt them to... Yeah, I think that was the crucial point in the game when they played another Silversmith and then the 1/3 to block my 3/1 here. Because that was the... I would have been able to keep up in this race otherwise. I was almost having a lethal attack on the previous turn with the 3 spells. I mean, 2 of which I could choose to play in some combination. If the 3/1... I mean, first of all, it would have dealt them damage on the prior turn. They would have been at what, 8 compared to this situation, and then of course it would have been yet another attacker. I could have done an all-out attack against the sludge monster and maybe win. Anyway, that was still a fine event. I did win 5 games, and I was at one point at 1 win and 2 losses. So getting now my gems back exactly, and also a couple of points in ramp progress. I think I'm 3 steps away from mythic. Not that I need it. I have the from the decathlon event. I do have the participation for the next month's the qualifier weekend, but still I'm close to mythic. So yeah, let's check the deck. I don't think, yeah, this deck was really good. I think Mana Curve was good, a lot of good spells, and the idea was just to push through and have a lot of removal and a few ways to gain cards. The Organ Hoarder, Scattered Thoughts, Elementalist, and even the Visionary gives you an extra card, and also the Flame Channeler did give me an extra card. Forages is one way also to get rid of extra lands. I never had to use this ability. I didn't even draw this card that many times, but it was there in the deck to help in flood situations too. Alright, so I think this deck was a good one, and if I could, I would enter the event with this deck again, although of course I want to draft a new deck as well, but I think this was a good deck and it was a good result, and this was the first double feature Innistrad draft, and I will be doing these on the channel. I did make an update if you saw it in your subscriber feed that I will be drafting, and I think I have said in previous drafts too that it will be these double feature drafts until Neon Dynasty releases, with the added bonus that I will have some number of traditional drafts of Crimson Vow still, because I do want to also have a somewhat frequent best of 3 events, draft events on my channel too, and this double feature isn't available as anything else than best of 1 format, so there will be some Crimson Vow traditional drafts too. But yeah, I will see you tomorrow. This video will be publishing a bit later than usually because, I had to wait for these drafts to start before doing that, and of course had to have a work day before that too, but there will be a new video on Saturday as well, and every day after that of this format. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.